I want to keep listening to this song. Not the song that's in this video right now. It's another song that I have on my channel. Let's probably do an annotation for that. Anyway, cutscene. No.
What are you doing? You're in direct violation of Code 6404.5, stating all Space Rangers are to be in hypersleep until awakened by authorized personnel. You're breaking ranks, Ranger. Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. I've got an AWOL Space Ranger. Tell me. Go back to
You were...
laser, and I will.
Good lord.
The laser at the light bulb? And your mind melted? You would have killed me, thinking. Or should I say, traitor?
The reaction made that, man.
I order you to halt!
Oh, God. That was pretty much the only real funny part of this scene, though. It's pretty serious otherwise. I love those things. Anyway, Alice Spaceland. A good bit more fun than the last level, and I'm not just saying that because you can collect all of the pizza tokens on the first visit. No, there's no bias in what I'm saying at all. So anyway, this level is a good bit larger than Al's Toy Barn, but at the same time it's a little bit more organized as well. You have a central room with a bunch of poles and cardboard boxes, and a bunch of separate aisles as well, but the aisles are fairly organized compared to the last level. The main problem with the central room, though, is the poles, because, well, platforming in this game is already kinda difficult as it is, but, you know, the poles don't really make life much easier, especially with this laser shooting robot almost always harassing you. I mean, you could kill it, but it'll most likely regenerate, so you'll have to deal with it regardless. But anyway, the aliens are the collectible of this level. 5 aliens to collect, of course. So, you know, be mindful of that. And, of course, I fuck everything up by not jumping on the cardboard boxes. Oh, boy. And why didn't I cut this out? For your amusement. Because apparently some people just like to see other people fail miserably. Or miserably. There I go, pronouncing words funny again for the hell of it. It's probably become a bad habit of some sort, but well. Sure, it irritates the hell out of Mark, but I digress. Once you get the pole jumping down, though, you should be able to get back to the cardboard boxes fairly easy. Should you make the mistake that I did, which you shouldn't, because, well, you're probably more competent at platforming in this game than I am. Anyway, this is the boss of the game. I'm assuming this is the fake Buzz from the cutscene, riding a space buggy. This boss is also really easy. It's actually recommended to use the spin attack, which you use with the circle button, instead of the laser. You see I'm doing a shit ton of damage to this guy just by spamming the spin attack. You can also hold down the circle button and charge up your spin, that way you can do a longer spin attack. Doesn't really do much more damage though, it just makes you constantly spin, so I'd recommend using that sparingly at best. But yeah, that was some mini boss, wasn't it? Done in like 5 seconds, and that's all you do in this room. So 4 minutes in, we've already got 1 alien and 1 pizza token, 15 regular tokens. We're making good time. Yep, anyway, leave this room, and let's go ahead and investigate another one of these aisles. Maybe there'll be something a little more interesting, maybe a little more challenging. This one contains a ball pit, as well as a bunch of arcade machines. Most importantly, though, I do believe there's another alien hidden around here. As well as the claw machine right there, which will contain another pizza token for your collection later on. In fact, I think I'm about to preview it. Now, the mechanics of this claw machine I didn't really realize when I first approached it, so I just kind of spammed the button a little bit. We'll go more into detail later when I take on the thing proper. For now, though, concern yourself with jumping on the drink over here, then jumping on the stool, and then jumping on the arcade machine, then the drink again, and then to the top of the arcade machine. Making sure to collect the regular tokens as you do so, because, well, you need 50 tokens to get the pizza token from Ham, as per level standard. Seriously, there isn't a single level in this game where Ham isn't present, in some shape or fashion. At any rate, these robots can sometimes harass you, and while it may not look like it from here, it is possible to jump to the ball pit from here. So, do so. And you won't even have to grab on the ledge or anything. It's actually kind of baffling. Anyway, jump into the ball pit. Get some regular tokens here. Is there anything else of interest in this ball pit? Well, let's see. Oh, yep, there's an alien right there. There's the guy I was talking about. That's the guy. Yep, that's the guy, man. But anyway, once that's said and done, feel free to leave the ball pit and head to the claw machine. Let's see if I was actually smart enough to not waste time and just go straight there. Also, fun fact, this may very well be the first level without slime, not counting boss levels. Or I guess to a lesser extent that one level that I just did like one token on, but for all I know there could have been slime in another part of that level, so we're not even going to count it. Anyway, the claw machine. Here's how it works. First, reset its position by pressing the button until it's just standing still. The first button press will make it move left and right. When you press the button after that, it'll start moving up and down. The third and final button press you do will be the one that actually makes the claw grab something. So what you will need to do is align the claw with the pizza token. Easier said than done. Then making sure to time the button just right to collect the token. And I didn't collect it because for some reason the claw is actually pretty picky. That's really annoying. But yes, after some trial and error, I eventually get the pizza token. I think. Wait. Yeah, I get the pizza token. This being the second pizza token thus far, if I'm not mistaken. Still 3 more to collect. If you are not using a FAQ or my video as a walkthrough, feel free to talk to Rex, who is right there. Anyway, exit this aisle because we are done with it for the time being, and let's examine another aisle. Watch out because there might be a giant robot with a shield that might ambush you. You can only use the spin attack to kill it. 2 spin attacks will be enough. Anyway, this aisle seems interesting. But actually, this is the exit of the aisle you're supposed to take, which is nearby. Of course, I waste time trying to climb on top of the cardboard boxes anyway, because I didn't read the FAQ properly. Oh, good on you, past me. Probably should have cut this out, but actually this is mildly funny, and it only wasted a few seconds, so, Anyway, this is where you're supposed to go. Climb atop the cardboard boxes with the tokens littered about to actually let you know where the hell you're supposed to jump in the first place. And, jump across these horizontal bars. Being careful with the last couple, though. You may have to double jump for these. And jump on top where the battery is. You may or may not need the battery, but, use the battery as your location marker, as it were. From here, jump to the other side with the token. There's some pretty decent level design going on here, actually. And go to the next shelf with the token, and here's the Cosmic Shield, which was last seen in Andy's house. Boy, that was a good while ago, wasn't it? Anyway, use the shield to go through this hallway, which is full of lasers. The lasers obviously would deal damage to you if you didn't have the Cosmic Shield. Eventually it will run out, and the lasers will still be running, so you'll have to find alternate methods of avoiding the lasers, which include zip lines. And believe it or not, we're not even close to the end of the zip lines for this level alone. But yeah, we'll see to that in just a while. There's the next alien buddy we have to collect. Thankfully, he won't be too inconvenient. You can jump off the zip line, collect the alien, then jump back on the zip line. However, I actually recommend not hopping back on the zip line. Instead, just jump straight from that row of cardboard boxes to the next row, because if you do that, your chances of being hit by a laser will be quite a bit less. Quite a bit less, I would argue. But, yeah. destroy the robots before you jump on the cardboard boxes, obviously. I did not do this for this one, and boy did I pay for it. Hopefully you'll have 50 tokens before you reach Ham. So this is why I did the level the way I did it. I mean, I didn't practice it or anything, but based on what I read, I assumed I'd be able to do it like that. And the 4th alien is here, so this was definitely a very rewarding isle to take. Actually, I think this is the same robot I passed before, but it just regenerated. Yeah, it didn't drop a token, so it was the same robot. Oh, boy. So anyway, jump on top of the boxes. Again. Wait, no, this is a different aisle, never mind. Destroy the robots before you jump on the shelves as per usual, because at the end of this aisle will be the race of this level. As well as the final alien somewhere around here. So yes, up aboard these platforms, and try not to lose this race, because if you lose this race, you'll have to do some serious backtracking. And no, I'm not exaggerating, I'm not joking or anything. It's seriously bad backtracking that I had to do this. This is my 3rd attempt doing this race right here, so needless to say, I was pretty pissed. But I had already made so much progress in the level that I couldn't really just go back. So, yeah, it is what it is. But yes, you need to hop along the zip lines, watching for the red lines, which aren't exactly the best indicator of when to jump, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Collect that pizza token and collect that alien right there. And then jump right down from where you are, and go a little bit behind, and there's the mothership. And if you've been following my video the right way, you will have gotten all 5 pizza tokens, and you can progress to the boss.
To infinity and beyond.
So, yeah, pretty much. Anyway, all 5 pizza tokens and a bukus of regular tokens. For those that don't know, bukus is southern slang for a lot. Anyway, after Al Spaceland is Toy Barn Encounter, which is totally just the next boss. Actually, the hardest boss so far. The main reason being that the boss can hit you quite often. It doesn't really exactly hit like a feather, you know. The boss can hit pretty hard. Anyway, the idea here is to keep shooting the boss itself, and it's basically just a gigantic version of the smaller robots we've been fighting up to this point. So this was kind of lazy. But the point is, just keep shooting the actual robot, and then all of these little pods will spawn from it. Destroy all of the enemies that come from the pods. Of course, destroying the enemies won't drain its health, but shooting the actual body will drain its health. You will have to destroy all of the pods before you can destroy the robot itself, however. But, it's really not that hard to hit the boss. The problem is the boss can hit you quite easily. And like I said, it hits pretty hard. So, yeah, it's probably why they put such a huge number of batteries in the level. Of course, the batteries don't seem to recover that much health, so, kind of a yes, kind of a no kind of thing. Kind of good, kind of bad. Or more like kind of good, but kind of not so good. After a while, you're going to have to start fighting these robots with shields, which can only be killed with the spin attack. And believe it or not, the spin attack doesn't really do that much damage to the other kinds of robots. So, yeah, it's a pretty useful attack, for one thing. Actually, no, it's not. I'd rather just spam the laser when I can help it. Really, this boss would have been a lot less annoying if you could get a green laser power-up like you did with the slime boss, but no. They saw fit just to keep you with the regular laser while the boss shoots their own version of a green laser. So anyway, after defeating all of the pods with enemies, all that's left is you and the mothership. So just keep spamming your laser on it. And you'll eventually win this fight. But boy, does it drag. So I guess while this boss is being finished off, I'll talk about something else other than this. I've been thinking about it for a while, and I'm really set on the next Disney project. If I even do it, it'll be A Bug's Life. Also, there is another multiplayer project I want to work on with Mark, besides Crash Bash. The likes of which I'd rather not spoil, but if you were a fan of the Nintendo 64, you probably know what kind of multiplayer games we could be playing on that system. Did I really leave this thing in here? Actually, you know, I guess this is the first time everybody's seen it. And look at all these files for games I still have to work on, with the exception of Tumba with the save data. The reason the Tumba save data is still there is because of something to do with the sequel. Tail. This cutscene is rather long, but despite being a bonus movie, it actually does explain the plot of the game quite well, and if you missed this cutscene, then a boss battle coming up might not make as much sense. So do pay attention to this cutscene. I guess I'll be silent for the remainder, and, you know, tune in next time when we move on to Elevator Hop, as well as eventually Owl's Penthouse. So, thank you for watching, and do watch again if you ever get bored or whatever. Well, welcome back to the Toy Story 2 commentary. On this part, we shall be moving ever closer to the end of this game, as the next level will be Elevator Hop. Cutscene.
Just like you said, Lizard Man, in the shadows to the left. Okay, let's move.
I swear Slinky Dog's face looked
They've
so
infiltrated enemy
funny.
territory without detection and are making our way through the bowels of Zurg's fortress.
You know, I think that buzz owl went to his head.
Nah,
Oh no.
I don't think so.
Which way do we go? This way. What makes you so sure? I'm Buzz Lightyear. I'm always sure.
Oh boy.
The walls. They're closing in. Quick, help me prop up Vegetable Man or we're done for.
Put me down, you moron! Hey guys, look! It's not the walls, it's the elevator!
Hence the name Elevator Hop.
Come on, we've got no time to lose. Everyone, grab hold.
Hey, that's new.
Buzz, why not just take the elevator?
They'll be expecting that.
That was worthy of a facepalm. Hey, Slinky gets a slot in a level. Awesome. But believe it or not, he doesn't even show up in this level, so it's like... what? Anyway, Elevator Hop. This level can either be really easy to handle and really not that complicated, or it could be the most annoying level so far in the game. Anyway, you might want to start off by heading back here to this room with the poles, as it were, and start, you know, climbing through the poles, as it were. And up here will be Ham, a lovable piggy bank. You're not going to have 50 tokens for him right now, though. If you do, you're probably using a cheat device. At any rate, keep jumping upon the shelves to look for this red zip line. Be mindful of the sparks, however, as they will hurt you quite fiercely. But yes, at the end will be Mr. Potato Head's foot, as well as a mouse for you to rescue. The mouse being the collectibles of this level. Again, there's 5 rats, but unlike before, these rats will be crawling on either the wall or the ceiling, so they're actually a good bit trickier to acquire than the collectibles you've become accustomed to up to this point. Although, I would like to say that it's probably the easiest Mr. Potato Head part to get in the game too, and he's also right here, so not even 3 minutes in and we already got Mr. Potato Head taken care of. Yeah, that's nice. I guess it's kind of the game's way of giving back for his little stunt with fake Buzz back there in the cutscene. Anyway, you unlock the grappling hook, which is needed for the level that I only got 1 token on, I think. No, I believe it so. Anyway, you go into first person with your lock on, right? But you can use the R1 button if you're playing the PS1 version. I don't know what button to press for the N64 version, but the R1 button to do a really good lock-on, and that's the only way you can use the grappling hook with the same button that you use for your laser, which is the square button on PS1 and God knows what button on the N64 version. But yes, you have a limited number of grappling hooks, which doesn't really make sense, but, well, it is what it is. And you latch on to the red target marks to progress through the level. Without the grappling hook, you're really not going to get all that much done in this level, so yeah, grappling hook is the key. Anyway, you take a left at this corridor, you get the next mouse, and also Rex for your information perusal. If you're confused about where the pizza tokens are, which, if you're playing up to this point, you shouldn't really be wondering too much. Maybe a little, though. I mean, maybe you just want to get that one and move on to Al's penthouse. And possibly the last level of the game. You know, I did say it was supposed to be like 4 sets, but I could be wrong. It might be more than 4 sets of levels and bosses. You know, you just have to wait and see. Because who am I to spoil your experience? So yeah, these snakes are pretty annoying and seem to take a lot more hits than they should. Also, the reintroduction of these shield robots from Al's Spaceland. Although, considering that was only a level ago, or 2 levels if you count the boss, even then the boss had spawned the shield robots, so this really isn't all that strange or suspicious, guys. Anyway, this next part can be a little annoying to platform because of the fans that blow air, as well as all of the fire-spewing grates, or whatever the hell is spewing fire through the grates. We'll just call them fire-spewing grates for now. And so, why not? We keep climbing up and up and up and up because this level is very vertical in its ascension. And do collect the tokens, because even though there might seem like there seems to be an abundance of tokens in this level, you'll actually be pretty hard-pressed to get 50, believe it or not. It's like they're abundant at first, but then they start getting more spread out, especially once you get to the meat and potatoes of this level. Anyway, this third rat is really annoying to acquire. Mainly, it could be the hit detection, collision detection, or it could just be because of the fact it's on the ceiling and you can't really do so good with your aiming. And, you know, the jumping in this game was already pretty finicky, as my friends at Infinite E-Tank would like to point out. You know, give their channel a watch, by the way. They make some awesome videos. Apologies for the plug, but anyway, yes, this particular rat is going to be the most annoying one for you to collect, most likely. The next most annoying will probably be the 5th one I collect in this video, which we'll elaborate on a little later. For this puzzle, just press the buttons that I press in that order. Doing any other order will probably not do much for you, I'm afraid. So sorry, old chap. Pip pip cheerio. At first I thought that grate was the exit to the elevators, but then I just realized, oh, it's down here. And pizza tart, real good. Anyway, you'll be utilizing this pair of elevators to help you ascend to the higher tiers of this level, as it were. And there's another rat right there. That rat might be a little risky, but, you know, it's not like it's going to be a huge fall at this point. Of course I make a mistake, but thankfully I'm saved by the elevator so I can acquire the mouse in short order. Or not so short order, because, I don't know if you noticed by the video length, but we're not really even halfway through this level, and we've already collected a good chunk of the mouses and 1 pizza token so far, and a good bit of regular tokens, but there's still a good bit of level left to go. Just a lot less than what you would think for being only the halfway point. You'll see what I mean when we get there, but it does take me a while to get the elevators to work with me. And I also get stuck in here for a minute. Man, when I got stuck in here, I thought it was it. I thought it was game over. I thought I would have to start this level all over, but nope. Thanks to the physics, I managed to get myself out in due time. I didn't cut it out because it was only a few seconds, and maybe you amuse yourself by seeing Buzz trapped. Or are we playing as fake Buzz? You know, they never really elaborate on that. I mean, it looks like Buzz is wearing the belt, but and it would make sense that we would be playing as fake Buzz, as far as the story of the movie is concerned, but I don't know. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter since Fake Buzz and Buzz, they don't really have that many differences. It's just Fake Buzz has more tools, but the real Buzz is a lot more, you know, level-headed. Which, honestly, what's more important to a video game? More tools or just being level-headed? If anything, being crazy actually tends to benefit the gameplay more often than not. I mean, have you played the game Psychonauts before? That game is insanity incarnate. And it's a pretty interesting game to play, although never really beat it and never really had the interest to beat it, but I am kind of glad I got to play the game, if only because of the experience and how much it reminded me of, you know, a lot of more classic shows that I've watched in my childhood. So, you know, you ever find that game for like $5 or something, you know, give it a try, but don't expect it to stick around in your collection forever and ever. You know, it's just one of those games that you play just to say you've played and, you know, it was interesting. Whatever, I'm digressing at this point to pass the time with this elevator nonsense. But eventually when you get to the very top of this level, there will be 3 different vent entrances at the top, again, at the top. And one of them will take you to the race of this level, one of them will take you to the final mouse, and the third one to the mini-boss of this level. Oh yeah, you forgot there were mini-bosses in this game, in every level, huh? Can't say I blame you, especially since this one is coming relatively late compared to the previous 2 levels with mini-bosses where I killed them pretty early into their respective levels, especially the Spaceland mini-boss. That guy never stood a chance. No. Yes. Do collect as many of the regular tokens as you can as well, but not if it's going to make you fall all the way down and have you restart this whole elevator platforming nonsense. So, you know, jump for tokens wisely and sparingly. Now, this is the race. It's actually not really a race. Well, it kind of is, but you're not racing the mouse. You're actually racing to beat the token. However, I did not cut out this failure attempt. Sorry for the spoilers, but I didn't cut out this failure attempt mainly because there's stuff that I do in between this attempt and the next attempt that if I were to cut out from the video, well, it'd be missing some pretty important details, and considering you can get all of the pizza tokens on the first visit to this level, that would be quite a disgrace, I would argue. So you could consider this another reason why the video is as long as it is. I was actually pretty damn surprised to see Rex again, and not in a good way, as I usually am, because Rex is pretty cool, just, you know, not right now. I mean, I don't want to see Rex. That makes me realize I'm on the lower level again, and I have to platform on the elevators, reascend myself. Yeah, I'm making up words, because of how much this irritated me. Still not the most irritating thing to happen to me in this game, but should still be noted. I think everybody that's been watching my videos up to this point knows what's been irritating me the most. I mean, something that lasted more than just a few minutes in one video. You know, if you really want to know, look at the previous videos, and I'm thankful that that element is not present in this level. I was pleasantly pleased and surprised. Oh boy. But anyway, the mouse race is one of the vent entrances. This is not a vent entrance, but it does hold a couple regular tokens for you, which, again, you should be keeping tabs on. That way you get 50, that way you can get the ham when you're ready to close off the level. Not really exit per se, but when you're ready to close the book on this level. Which won't be anytime soon. But yes, after more elevator platforming, which I might add is very weird, and really, most of the times, sometimes it works, but most of the time it doesn't really, because sometimes one elevator will be going at the same speed as the other one, sometimes one will be slower, and sometimes one will be faster, although one being slower and the other being faster is, you know, same difference, but still. Yes. Let's see how long it takes before I get to the next vent. There's also 4 more tokens to collect if you've been following my video exactly somehow. Anyway, that vent over there with the switch should be noted. There's the 5th mouse. If you press the switch, that will activate the fan shortcut that'll take you back to the upper levels. Thank God. And I don't believe I need to use the shortcut because the next vent is right here. And we're coming up on the mini-boss of this level. What's the mini-boss of Elevator Hop? What could it possibly be? None other than some sort of Spider Gunro. Okay, can someone in the comments please tell me what the hell a Gunro is, or if it's just a word the developers made up, or if it's just, you know, just let me know. It's calling it a Spider Gunner would have made more sense than a Spider Gunro. Whatever the case is, that thing sure didn't last very long before it died. I'm thankful for that since I am an arachnophobe, but yeah, I still say the only spider that I've ever liked, other than the spider in Charlotte's Web, was Squidder in Donkey Kong Country 2 and Donkey Kong Country 3. Other than that, spiders can fuck off. Anyway, do you believe that was the vent that I just passed? The vent with the Father Mouse. Yes, the Mother Mouse is who you bring the regular mouses to. The Father Mouse is the one with the top hat that starts the race. So I passed the time by shooting my laser a bit. Also, I got 50 tokens. I mean, if you didn't already notice, well, there it is, ham right there in the upper right screen. So, anyway, this time I actually do the race correctly, for the most part. It is pretty difficult, though, being that you're sliding down. The velocity tends to flip-flop because of the way this path curves and everything. And more often than not, you're going to have to double jump to bypass the pits, and the double jump actually slows down your descent a good bit. So don't feel too bad if you don't beat the token there, because apparently the token dilly-dallies a little bit before it can be collected. So yeah, I think we're coming up on the finish line right now, actually. Yep, and we're back at Mr. Potato Head. See, it takes a few seconds before you can collect the pizza token. Like 2 seconds left, I think. Anyway, what's the significance of being back down here? Well, for one, if you go across, you can go back to that room with the poles that I passed by during the first couple minutes of this level, and talk to Ham to get the pizza token from him. Afterwards, we can head back to the first fan shortcut to head back to where the Mother Mouse is, and then give her the 5 mouses so we can collect the final pizza token. And of course I screw up the pole attempt, and most likely get hit by a spark here and there. Yep, right there. Almost died too, look at my battery health. I'm actually kind of thankful I haven't died in this game yet, but I have a feeling that might change since we are coming up to the final parts of the game. So, anyway, collect that pizza token, exit this room. There's nothing else of interest, unless you missed some regular tokens earlier. And we head back to the lower central room. And we head to the fan on the left. The one without... Okay, this one has a cube too. I don't see why there's one cube in each fan shortcut, but... oh well. Anyway, we head back to this room, talk to Mother Mouse. If you've found all 5 mices to this point, you'll get the final pizza token, and we're done with this level. Cut, print, done. Join me next time as we move on to Owl's Penthouse. And the boss of this set of levels, you're never gonna see it coming.